Collective. They used to treat you like you were lame. Now they are treating you like you got fame. Who am I talking to? I know I'm talking to somebody out there. It's not a lot of y'all I'm talking to, but there's a few of y'all I'm talking to, right? Because they thought you were lame. Listen, I'm talking to somebody out there like you back in the day. Maybe this was high school. Maybe this was when you were in your 20s, maybe your teens, when you were younger. Before you were in your prime, before you truly knew who you were, before you were really living as your most authentic self. This was before who you had it figured out. These were the type of people that you were dealing with. They didn't understand who you were. This was probably before maybe you didn't look your best. Maybe you were still growing into your body, trying to figure things out. You were still blooming, right? And so people treated you how you looked. They treated you like you weren't your full potential. They treated you like they didn't see your potential. And so they just looked at you like you were ordinary, right? Treated you like you were ordinary, right? You were still growing. You were still transforming, right? You didn't have it all figured out. You didn't have the best parents. You didn't have the best opportunities. You didn't have the best resources. So you were still figuring things out. So you didn't look your best. You weren't at your best. You weren't doing your best. You were still learning and growing through life, right? And so you weren't very attractive to a lot of people, You just weren't. You didn't look too good. You didn't sound too good. You didn't act too good, right? You weren't thinking too good. And that is okay. You were still growing. You were still a young pup out here, just, experiencing life the way that you only knew it to be, right? And so because of this, like I said, people treated you like you were lame. They treated you, he ain't got nothing going on. She don't got no clout. She don't got no influence. She ain't doing nothing with her life. He ain't really popping like that. Like, ain't nobody checking for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, they're lame. They ain't got nothing going. Right? That's how they treated you. And okay, you dealt with that. You brushed it off. Maybe you took it personal, maybe you didn't. I don't know. But I know one thing, you didn't allow it to get in your way. See, you knew you were still destined for greatness. You knew you had something in you. So you continue to still work on yourself. You continue to build up your character, build up your confidence, and work on the things in your lives that were still holding you back. Working on making your weaknesses stronger and building on your strengths, right? This was you still transforming, still in that caterpillar stage. So you were not attracted to a lot of people. You were like the ugly caterpillar to a lot of people. This is who you were. They looked at you like an ugly caterpillar. And you were a caterpillar. You were still growing, right? But then you entered into this cocoon phase where you started to transform, And now you are a butterfly. You're completely unrecognizable, truly transformed, physically, mentally, emotionally. You worked on those things that you did not like about yourself. Maybe you started to work out more, and now you're becoming physically fit, and now you're physically attractive. Maybe in the past you weren't so physically attractive, but now you are because you're taking care of your health. Maybe you have a lot more money because you went to school and you focused on your study and your craft, and now you're becoming a professional and you're building up a clientele, right? These are things that you've worked on, and now you're becoming more attractive. Now you're building up more momentum. Now you're building up more clout. Now you're becoming more somebody. Like you're almost becoming like a little local celebrity wherever you are, because that's how much influence, that's how much impact you're making because of the transformation that you've done. So now you're making truly transformational changes in other people's lives. So now people are trying to treat you like you got fame, treating you like you're a celebrity. Now they're showing up with respect. Now they're showing up with love. Now they're showing up with support, with the good energy. Now they want to include you in things. Now they want to make sure you're a part of their plans. Now they want you around them, right? Because wherever you go, you bring abundance. Wherever you go, you bring that good energy. Wherever you go, you bring that heat, you bring that fire, you bring that pressure that people cannot duplicate. People cannot imitate. People can't replicate that. That's built for tough through experiences. That's something you don't get. You can't build that. You can't mock it. You can't copy it. It don't look right and it won't feel right. It don't hit the same. That is you. You are the original. You've built yourself up now, collective, to where they can't treat you like you're a lame no more. They got to treat you like you got fame, because this is the work that you've done. You've poured into yourself. You decided to take the road less traveled while everybody else was out partying, while everybody else was out there YOLO. You were inside doing you. You were inside studying. You were inside practicing. You were inside building up your craft. Okay? And now the transformation is here. Now the time is here to show off who you truly are. And now, like I said, it's a 180. They used to treat you like you was lame back in the day, but now you're hot. So now they're treating you like you got fame. Who am I talking to? Who did that 180 transformation? Share your stories down below. Drop down in the comments below your testimony. I want to hear it. I want to see all of my beautiful butterflies. Now they treating you like you're fame, you know? Back then, they didn't want you. Now you hot, they all on you. Let me know down below. I want to hear. And listen, if this is your first time on my channel, hit that subscribe button, because I want you a part of my tribe, all right? If you're returning, I freaking love y'all. Thank y'all so much for continuing to support my content. Like, y'all are loyal as F. And y'all know I love loyalty, all right? Make sure y'all like the video, share the video, comment, and I'll talk to y'all later. I'm signing out. It's Core. Bye.